I should have noticed the signs before we even left home. Clara spent nearly 3 hours getting ready, which wasn't unusual, but this time it felt different. She wasn't just preparing for a night out. She was reinventing herself. Full makeup, heels she hadn't worn in ages, and that emerald dress she had once bought for something special. I sat on the couch watching as she checked her reflection for the third time. I told her she looked stunning. All I got back was a distracted, "Thanks," without a smile, without eye contact. The evening was her firm's 15th anniversary gala, hosted on a rooftop downtown. Big names, wealthy clients, an open bar, live jazz. It was her world. I was just a plus one. On the elevator ride to the garage, I reached for her hand. She didn't pull away, but her grip was loose, as though her thoughts were far elsewhere. When we arrived, I felt like a stranger in a place where everyone spoke a language I couldn't understand. People in tailored suits and glittering dresses moved through the room with effortless confidence. Champagne glasses floated past on silver trays. The city skyline gleamed through the glass walls. Almost instantly, Clara was swept up in greetings. "Clara, you made it." "Clara, come meet the partners." "Clara, our rising star." She let go of my hand, without hesitation. No introduction, no acknowledgement that I was standing there. I trailed behind her like a shadow while she moved from group to group, her laughter and compliments drawing people in. At first, I tried to keep pace. Then I stopped trying. When she ended up in a conversation with her boss, Alan, a sharp-looking man in his 50s, I stood close by, waiting for her to say, "This is Daniel." That moment never came. Instead, she laughed at something he said, touched his arm lightly, and teased him with, "You're terrible, Alan." I excused myself and went to the bar. A whiskey, neat. I downed it in one swallow, the burn dulling the ache. From across the room, I watched her. She wasn't just ignoring me. She was behaving like I didn't exist. Sitting at a table, I pretended to scroll my phone, but couldn't stop glancing at her. She looked like a new version of herself, one that didn't include me. More than an hour passed. She hadn't spoken more than a couple of words to me. Not a single person even asked who I was, because no one knew I was anybody. Then came the breaking point. A younger man approached her, confident, good-looking. He leaned in too close, whispered something. She laughed the way she used to laugh with me when we shared secrets in bed. She touched his shoulder. She smiled. And in that moment, I understood. 5 more minutes passed. She never looked for me. So I stood up, put on my jacket, and walked out. No scene, no words, just quiet steps to the elevator. Instead of waiting, I took the stairs, each echo bouncing against my chest. She didn't call. Not then. I drove without a plan, letting the city fade, until all I heard was the hum of the highway. Eventually, I ended up at my friend Nate's place. A single text, "You up?" He opened the door without asking questions and pointed to the guest room. I collapsed without a word. By morning, my phone was full, 12 missed calls, voicemails, dozens of messages. "Where are you? Why did you leave? You could have said something. Please call me." I didn't answer. Back at the apartment, I knew she'd find the ring tucked in my drawer. I hadn't meant to propose that night, but I had been close. Turns out I had been saving it for the wrong woman. 3 days later, we finally talked. She showed up with her hair tied back, no makeup, looking tired. Just Clara, the Clara I had loved before that night. She sat across from me and said softly, "I didn't mean to make you feel like you didn't matter." I stayed silent. She continued, "I got caught up. It was work, clients, Alan watching. I didn't know how to handle it." Still, I said nothing. Then she added, "I didn't mean to ignore you, Daniel." That's when I finally looked at her and replied, "You didn't ignore me, Clara. You erased me. There's a difference." She cried. I didn't. We didn't officially end things that night, but something inside us cracked, a deep, quiet fracture that never fully healed. Sometimes she still brings up that evening, swears she didn't realize how bad it looked. But I remember everything. The laugh she gave to another man, the way she forgot I was there, and the cold clarity of walking away without looking back. Because sometimes silence says more than words ever could.